Hi guys, welcome to Adam McKola TV. This is another MUFC transfer talk, the 39th MUFC transfer talk. In fact, hope you guys are all well and you're all having a good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever time, wherever it is, wherever you are, whatever time it is, wherever you are. That's what I meant to say. My teeth are now back in my mouth, and I'm Adam McKola, and we're talking transfers today. Or are we? Are we potentially looking at Manchester United signing no more players this transfer window? That is the question I'm asking here today on Adam McKola TV. Because Jose Mourinho has been speaking. He spoke to ESPN in an exclusive interview. And not only did he went to Chelsea the second time, and look how that turned out. So whilst anything can happen in football, it's great to hear Jose Mourinho saying that he'd like to stay at Manchester United for 15 years or whatever it may be. Now, obviously, when he was interviewed by ESPN, he was speaking about transfers. He's always asked about transfers, particularly in this transfer window. And when he was asked about transfers, what he said was that Manchester United were in for one or two more players, but it was proven difficult to get these players. He didn't particularly point the finger of blame at anybody, at Manchester United, Ed Woodward or anyone like that. He just said it's proven difficult at this time to sign these players up. As a result, if I get one more signing, I am happy. So Jose Mourinho is saying if he gets one more player in, he's happy. So that to me says there's a big possibility that Manchester United could end up signing no more players this transfer window. That is a big case for me. So we want to discuss that here on Adam McKola TV. And of course, we'll discuss many other things as well. Anthony Martial continues to be linked with a move away from Manchester United. That's absolute bullshit. And of course, Alvaro Morata has joined Chelsea today, which I'm sure some of you guys will want to talk about as well. Seeing as Alvaro Morata has popped up plenty of times on MUFC Transfer Talk. So that's the agenda for today. Is it a possibility that Man United could end up signing absolutely no more players and Lukaku and Lindelof being the only players we sign? What do you guys think about that? And of course, I'll be answering your questions as well. I've already seen plenty of you guys commenting about the AFTV versus FullTime Devils match. Anthony Marshall saying my left foot's banging. Somebody else commented about the crossfield ball, which was wrongly ruled offside. There's loads of comments here about that match. If you haven't seen it, then head over to youtube.com/FullTime Devils. After we've finished here, it's a great video. FullTime Devils against Arsenal Fan TV. Now, I'm not going to tell you the score in case you haven't seen it. But by the tone of some of these comments, you already know that we won. We did win. I got some tackles in. I captained the side. We won. Stephen Alson was the manager. Andy Tate finished the game up top for us. And we still beat Arsenal Fan TV. An Arsenal Fan TV that, by the way, had trials 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks before the game that took place. They had trials. They had a FIFA licensed coach. They had all sorts going on. They turned up with a squad of about 40. And they still lost against FullTime Devils, who played together for the first time ever that day, that game against Arsenal Fan TV. That was our first ever game together. I've only played with the likes of Millard, Sam Homewood, and that's it, I think, from those players. Those are the only ones I've ever played with before. So it was a completely new team, and we still went out there and did the job. But go and check it out on FullTime Devils. And if you want to after that, go and check out Arsenal Fan TV's video as well. It is very salty. Amrit points out that the sirens are back. Yes, we've had at least 75% of Adam McKola TV streams with police sirens at some points. They are always floating about. Patrice McKola says, Reese, yes mate. I'm not usually a left wing back. I only played left wing back because my legs and my lungs have gone and my pace is finished. But having said that, left wing back's a difficult place to play if you haven't got lungs or legs. So I did find it difficult fitness wise. But I am more of an attacking player. I like to play left wing. I like to play striker. I'm more of an attacking player, but I'm always happy to play left back or centre half. Anywhere, as long as I can get my challenges in, as long as I'm on the pitch, I'm happy. We'll talk about Verratti as well. Jigger asks about Verratti in the comments. We will talk about Verratti today as well, so don't you worry about that one. Timbo says, let's see you bag one yourself next game. I know my goal scoring record was all right for TFRFC. I think I had 2 in 4 games. I need to get it up now. Get it up to a 1-in-2 ratio for full-time Devils. So in the next game, I have to score. I have to score. That ball was never offside, says Jane. You know it. I called into Ball Street as well today, this evening, on their live show to tell them all about it. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already today. Of course, you already know we're trying to aim for 40k before the beginning of the new Premier League campaign. So help me do that. And now we're going to get stuck into the debate for today, which is, could Manchester United possibly sign no more players? Do you think that is a possibility? Now, if you look at it, let's look at it realistically here. So let's break things down. Manchester United have signed Lindelof. We needed a centre-half. We really needed a centre-half. We've got Victor Lindelof in. Then we really needed a striker. We needed a number 9. We needed someone to play that role that we've lost with Zlatan Ibrahimovic being out of the team. Romelu Lukaku, perfect signing for filling that role. He's got potential. He's already proven in the Premier League as well. So going forward, that's absolutely fantastic. Romelu Lukaku's coming. So we've got 2 players signed up in 2 positions that were probably the key areas that we needed to make signings in this summer. Now, Jose Mourinho also wants an attacking winger, someone like Perisic that we've been consistently linked to. And he also wants a central defensive midfielder, someone like Matic, someone like Fabinho, someone like Eric Dyer, players that we've consistently been linked to. But when you look at the left wing situation, Ivan Perisic has been consistently linked to Manchester United. We've had 2 deadlines with this one. We had their financial fair play deadline where they had to meet the financial fair play regulations by. And during that, we thought, yes, if they get to that deadline, they're going to need to accept Manchester United's bid. And they'll accept it so they can meet that fee for Ivan Perisic, and they can meet the financial fair play regulations. But then they didn't need our money for Ivan Perisic because they got the money from other sales elsewhere and they met them FFP regulations. And then we thought, okay, they go out for this Chinese pre-season tour in 2 weeks' time, I think it was then. Obviously, they're already out on that tour now. But back then, this was the way we were looking at it. Hopefully, we can get a deal sorted for Ivan Perisic before then. We had the whole saga with him pretending he had a tooth abscess and he had to go to the dentist, so he left their pre-season tour camp. And then, I think it was it Monday morning, Tuesday morning, after the game, after Manchester United's game, so in the morning, we then heard, Ivan Perisic is close to a move to Manchester United. This is what we were hearing. But then within hours, he had flown out to China with Inter Milan. Inter Milan, there were talks of them demanding Anthony Martial for what's his name? Ivan Perisic. And there were all sorts of crazy things going on. They wanted so much money for this player. It just didn't make sense. So Ivan Perisic looks like a transfer that's very, very difficult at this moment in time because Inter Milan are purely playing hardball. They want a lot of money or they want a player. They're being unreasonable about this. And whilst hats off to them because they're trying to keep their player, fair play, it's annoying for Manchester United because we haven't been able to get the signing done. So Perisic, that's a deal that doesn't look like that is happening. Matic, we beat Chelsea to the signing of Romelu Lukaku. Whatever way they want to paint it now, they wanted Morata rather than Lukaku, whatever. We know that they wanted Lukaku. We beat them to the signing of Romelu Lukaku. And now, as a result, they're simply not going to do business with us for Matic. Matic is going to end up going to Juventus or Inter Milan, somewhere else where he's not going to go to Man United. Chelsea don't need the money, so we know they're going to fuck around. So Matic isn't likely to happen. Fabinho looks like he's staying at Monaco for another season. And Eric Dyer's definitely not leaving Spurs. I'm glad about that one. But Jose Mourinho apparently wants him. So when you look at these players, Perisic, Matic, Fabinho, and Eric Dyer, they all look very, very difficult to sign for Man United. And if you believe they are Jose Mourinho's targets and we cannot sign them, then I don't think Jose Mourinho is the kind of manager to rush out and make panic signings and make signings just for the sake of it. I don't think that's the case. And yeah, I just can't see Jose rushing out there to make panic buys. So is it possible that Manchester United do not make any more transfers this transfer window? What do you guys think about that? Get your comments in below. I've obviously explained why I think it's possible. But also, let's be real as well. It's also very possible United can get these deals done. There's so much longer left in the transfer window. And the press haven't known about Jose Mourinho's every move. When we signed Lindelof, they were convinced we were getting Michael Keane. When we signed Lukaku, they were convinced we were getting Morata. So the press haven't got many things right with Manchester United this summer. So is it a case of, yo, United may not sign anybody this transfer window after Lukaku and Lindelof? Or is it a case of the press don't know what they're talking about and whoever United are going for is being kept well under wraps? Now, a lot of people keep mentioning Neymar, keep hearing Alexis Sanchez. These players aren't realistic. Arsenal aren't going to sell us Alexis Sanchez. I think they're more likely to sell him to Man City than they are to Man United. Neymar's not going to leave Barcelona. So these are unrealistic signings. When you look at the realistic signings, what names are there out there? There's not many. So is it possible we don't end up with any more players? Now somebody else is saying Madrid done us dirty. Now if Madrid did do us dirty and they wanted more money off us for Morata, then they sold him to Chelsea, then I'm absolutely fine with that. Because we ended up signing Romelu Lukaku. Now, I'm not criticising the signing of Alvaro Morata. I was actually excited for him to come to Manchester United because I think he's a very, very good footballer. He's obviously never been the main man at a club, Real Madrid, Juventus. He wasn't the main man. But now's his time. At 24 years old, he needs to step forward. He's got a big opportunity at Chelsea. But when you look at Romelu Lukaku, a player that I said I wanted last summer, a player that is already proven in the Premier League, a player that is perfectly filled to replace Zlatan Ibrahimovic as our number 9. When you look at those things, if you're spending 60, 70 million on a striker or 75 million, I'd much rather us spend it on Romelu Lukaku. I feel like it's less of a risk. But that's not to say that Alvaro Morata isn't a good signing, because he is a very good signing. I think he's a very good player. Yes, Lee, how you doing? Rashad, how you doing, mate? Man United God Nate Thomas says we should sign Dybala. Again, I think file that with unrealistic signings. Juventus are unlikely to let go of their best players. And I know Bonucci just went to AC Milan, but it seemed like Bonucci wanted to leave Juventus and stay in Italy. He was never going anywhere else. So I don't think Juventus will be forced to sell us their best players. I don't think that's the case at all. Juventus are in a very, very strong bargaining position. So I can't see that happening. Ashraya says, if not Perisic, who do you think will be our signing? I am not too sure, to be totally honest with you. What do you guys think? Get your comments in, because I'm interested in what you guys want to say. Now, James says, Martial greater than Perisic. And I totally agree with you. But if we don't get Perisic, or if we don't get a player that Jose Mourinho wants, then I'm disappointed, because ultimately he has a plan for him. I don't think Perisic would have prevented Anthony Martial from breaking through and playing for Man United next season. Martial looks hungry to play for United. We're hearing all the right things coming out of his camp. We're seeing all the right things with him in pre-season. Anthony Martial's here to stay. We needed alternatives on the wing. We've got Mata, Mkhitaryan, Lingard who can play on the right. On the left, we can play Jesse maybe, but he's out of position. We can play Ashley Young, but he's not great anymore. We can play Martial, but we haven't got any other options, really, quality options on the left. Could Andreas Pereira step forward if, like the title says, we don't make any more signings? Maybe. Could it be a big opportunity for those younger players? What do you guys think? Is it worth taking the risk, not making any signings? Should Jose Mourinho rush in and make panic signings? I don't think he should. I don't think he's the kind of manager to do that. But what do you guys think? Is it a possibility we end up with no more transfers? That is the question being asked today on Adam McKola TV. We're 15 minutes into the live stream. Thank you all for joining us. We've got over 500 people in now as well. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Sidesh says, any chance with Fabinho? I'm not too sure, to be totally honest with you, mate. Now let's have a look at what the news is saying. Now I know the media very rarely get things right, but let's have a look at what the news is saying. At the moment, Jose is keeping tabs on Danny Rose. At the moment, Anthony Martial determined to stay at Man United. At the moment, the Metro Bayern Munich open to offers for £42 million rated Renato Sanchez. At the moment, Marco Verratti. There's nothing really realistic in here at the moment. The press haven't got a sniff of who Manchester United are really after. Have Manchester United blindsided them yet again? I mean, the Express are talking about Manchester United should raid Tottenham for Victor Wanyama. They're now doing opinion pieces because they've no longer got any news, on who. I do apologise about that. The stream dropped a little bit, so I do apologise about that. Let me get my comments back up. Refresh the stream, guys. Refresh the stream, and it will be back to normal. So I do apologise about that. Apologies. I've typed it in the comments as well. Refresh the stream. Come on, do the thing, refresh the stream and come back to me. Thank you very much, guys. I do apologise for the slight delays, but we are now back and we are active. So thank you for keeping up with me and thank you for bearing with me here on Adam McKola TV. We're talking transfers and whether it's possible that Man United could end up without a transfer. Perisic is looking difficult. Matic is looking difficult. Fabinho is looking like it's not happening. Eric Dyer definitely isn't happening, thank God. Who else is out there for Manchester United to sign realistically? And is it possible that Man United could end up without anybody? Jose Mourinho has said he would be happy if we make one more signing. He wants two. He'd be happy with one. But does that not show signs that there's a possibility here that United may not end up without another signing? Now listen, if that happened and United had only signed Lukaku and Lindelof this summer, I'd be a little bit worried, but I'd not be overly worried. Do you know why? Because I think in this team we have a very strong collective. We have some very, very good players. We've got some very good younger talent as well. We've got players that will improve on last season and do a lot better. We've added Romelu Lukaku to the mix. Romelu Lukaku is a striker that, in my opinion, he'll get 25 goals plus next season. I have no doubts about that. If he continues doing what he did at Everton, at West Brom, he will get more opportunities at Man United. And I'm sure he will take them as well. Some say he's a flat track bully, but Manchester United needed a flat track bully last season. If we had a flat track bully banging in the goals against the West Hams and the Stokes and all that at home, we would have been winning the league. It's that simple. So the addition of Romelu Lukaku, the addition of Victor Lindelof, all these players coming in, well, I say those two players coming in, Andreas Pereira returning, Timothy Fosu-Mensah being a year older and a year wiser, Anthony Martial, still more to come from him, Rashford, there's more to come from him. We've got so much more to come from these players that if we didn't make the signing of Perisic or of a Matic, I wouldn't be overly concerned. Yes, look, it's ideal that we make these signings because we need a strong squad going into the campaign. But if our season hangs on the balance of an Ivan Perisic, then we shouldn't be winning. We shouldn't be anywhere near this Premier League, let's be real. Yes, Mazai, thank you for the comments. Rifleman says, how many goals do you think Rashford can get, Adam? 15 plus next season, I think, should be the target for him. Do better than he has this season. Benjamin, how you doing? Thank you for your comments. KS says, Pereira looks quality, you know. Man United God said, this is Marshall's time to shine. Season to shine, rather. Mustafa says, imagine if it's another player represented by Raiola. Now, there was some really dream moves coming out today. Now, if I could sign any central midfielder to complement Ander Herrera and Paul Pogba, it would probably be Paris Saint-Germain's Marco Verratti. Now, he's been linked to Manchester United. Now, I could have very easily done Marco Verratti to Man United at the title of this video and got 1 million views because I know how excited everyone would be to see that link. But it's not ideal. It's not realistic for me. If he leaves Paris Saint-Germain, I can see him going Barcelona. He's been linked there all summer. Now, of course, United have the funds there to make it happen. Of course, United have the funds there to make it happen. But I can't see it. But there's rumours, yeah, that Mino Raiola may be about to become his agent. And if Mino Raiola did become his agent, do any of you guys think then that that opens up the door for Marco Verratti becoming a Manchester United player? Because of the simple fact that Manchester United love Mino Raiola and Mino Raiola loves Man United. Well, he loves making money off us. We've signed Mkhitaryan, Zlatan, Pogba, and now this summer Lukaku. All of them are represented by Mino Raiola. Do you think he could come in? If he becomes his thingy, he could become his manager. No, I don't think Verratti would sit in that CDM position, mate. What you could do is, you could drop Herrera a little bit deeper when Carrick's not playing, and play Verratti if you wanted to play a midfield three. Or you could play a midfield two of Pogba and Verratti, or Pogba and Herrera, and it would work both ways. So it would work, but I just can't see. It's not happening. We're not getting Verratti. It's that simple. I can't see that happening at all. Get your questions in as well, guys. Keep your questions coming in. Mula Raiola writes, Pavstad, that's a nice name for him. You'd probably love that as well, to be fair to him. Who saw his picture the other day with Zlatan Ibrahimovic doing that? He's got so much money, he just don't give a fuck. Aaron says, Verratti just announced Mino Raiola as his agent. That's probably why he's been strongly linked to Manchester United. Could Paris Saint-Germain be using Barcelona's interest in Verratti for them to get closer to Neymar? Possibly. It could happen. Anthony Martial in the comments says sign Carvalho. Carvalho would be a good signing. But again, we haven't really been linked to him. It could be one that comes out of the blue. I think it would be a decent signing. Adal says, and bye Marstar, thanks for joining. Adal says, what the fuck you on about? No more signings, you broke my heart. I think it's a big possibility, guys. I don't think it's a guarantee. And Jose Mourinho hasn't said it. And I haven't got a source or anything stupid like that. But from hearing what Jose's had to say, it's a big possibility. He has said, I would be happy if we get one more signing in. So if we make no more signings, then, you know, that's possible. If he'd be happy that we just made one more. Particularly when he said he wants two more. And he said, I understand it's difficult to get players. Could it be a case that he's blindsiding the media though again? Because that's always a possibility that he could be blindsiding the media. That is a definite possibility. Waz says, we'll get one more signing, stop panicking. I'm not panicking. I'm quite relaxed about it. I think if we didn't sign another player, I wouldn't be that arse. I think, of course, we need another one or two to add to the squad. And I think Perisic would have been an ideal choice. But if we don't make that signing, I'm not too arsed by it. I think we have got quite a lot going for us. Obviously, I think in the defensive areas, I think we need more. Probably less so up top, particularly if Zlatan Ibrahimovic comes back. So, yeah, I think defensively maybe we need a bit of cover, but we have got some younger lads coming through that will be wanting the chance. Close to 200 likes, so hit that like button. Just under 700 watching live as well, so thank you all for joining us. Dylan says, what's the talk? I'm talking about Jose's comments and how he said he'd be happy with one more signing. And does that mean that there's possibility that we make no more signings? Because it's proving difficult to get the likes of Perisic, Matic, Fabinho, Dyer, whoever else has been linked. It looks like it's difficult to get them. So is it a possibility that United end up with no more players coming through the door this summer? And how would you feel about that? Abdullah says, why can't Herrera play as a CDM? He can, but the problem is then that who's playing in his position if we play a midfield three? If you play a midfield two, it's okay. He can be the more defensive of the two. But if you're playing a midfield three and you're not playing Carrick and you're playing Herrera there, then who's playing next to Pogba? So there's a few, You can drop him deep, but then we're missing out on him a further afield. Aika Munayin, says Adam. You know what, yeah, Aika Munayin was a player that I wanted a long time ago. Well, a few seasons ago. I really liked him. But obviously it never happened, and I don't think it will happen now. Give Timbo a chance, says Darren G. Darren G, you're automatically on my Christmas card list when you talk positively about Timothy Fosu Mensah. Someone asks, any chance of Verratti? I say someone because I didn't see the comment because it moved so quickly, but there is a big chance of not getting Verratti. You see what I did there? Did you see what I did there? Did you see what I think there? I don't know if think there, did there. MU Blaze says he's starting to watch me more often. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you, whether you're new or old here on Adam McKola TV, because we have had loads of new subscribers recently in this race to 40k. Loads of new subscribers. So whether you're new or old, thank you very much for getting involved in Adam McKola TV. I really do appreciate every single last one of you. Skills for Hire says, chill lads, we've been linked with Schneider. There isn't a transfer window unless we're linked with Wesley Schneider, is it? And I'm sure when he becomes a coach, we'll be linked with him. And I'm sure when he becomes a manager, we'll be linked with him. Tony Montana, I read this. Lucas Moura says, Sammy Playboy. Again, Lucas Moura, Renato Sanchez. Look, I know they're young lads and their time's not over. And they've still got a massive chance and they've still got massive potential of making it big. But, I qualify that with a but. Should we really be signing younger players that have failed to cut the mustard at Bayern Munich or at Paris Saint-Germain? Should we? Should we really be aiming for those players? Because, I mean, when you look at, us selling Memphis, for example, a player that failed to deliver on his massive potential at Man United. He went to Lyon. He didn't go to Bayern Munich. So why are we buying their players that haven't done well? Harry says I did better than Perisic against Arsenal Fan TV. Maybe United should sign me up then. Morris says, trust me, Adam, this season we are challenging for the title. I believe so too. With or without any more signings, I think we'll challenge for the league title this season coming up. I really do believe that, mate. So I agree with you there. SAF tried to buy Lucas. Says, are we? Thank God. Look, I wanted Lucas Moura at the time, and we didn't get him. But you know what? Younger players, if they go to another club with a different manager, maybe things work out differently for them. It hasn't worked out for him at Paris Saint-Germain, but I don't think we should be taking that massive risk. Luke says, what do I think of Scott McTominay? He looks good and composed on the ball, which I'm mainly impressed about him. Obviously, I have to see him against some better opposition. He played well for us in pre-season. He played well for us when he came on as a sub during the season. But let's see more of him before we judge him. I mean, he's a young player. If I'm judging positively or negatively now, would be a little bit unfair. Not sure what's going on with my television over there. Is there thunder and lightning? My TV's switched off, but it's sparking. Not sparking, but it's had like some static shit going on. I've either got a poltergeist in the room or some mad shit's about to go down. So guys, if this is the last you ever see of me, obviously rest in peace McKola, and I love you all, but not quite sure what that was. Timbo, Rashford, Lingard, no problem, says Paul Wade. Who should get the number 10 shirt, says Pablo. Anyone for Henrik Mkhitaryan? I'm not too sure, to be fair. It's happening again. Not sure what is going on over there. Some mad shit's going down. We've just hit 36,750 subscribers, so we're 250 away from 37,000, with 3,250 away from the target of 40k by the beginning of the Premier League campaign. Can we make it? Can we make it? I'm hoping so. I really am hoping so. Yeah. Can you guys hear that? Can you hear that noise? Can you hear that? Who heard that? It's not just me. Are you like hearing that? Are you like hearing that shit? Mr. Architecture says, Black Zlatan. Yes, if you don't know what the Black Zlatan means, then it's not me, obviously. Go over to youtube.com/fulltimedevils after we've finished here, which is not long now. And go and check out Full-Time Devils versus Arsenal Fan TV. Go and check that out. Yeah, that cracking noise, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's coming from my TV, and my TV switched off. My TV switched off. Oh shit! Oh shit! Some of you guys thought I got in it. Some of you thought I got. Don't worry, the poltergeist hasn't got me yet. The poltergeist hasn't got me. The poltergeist hasn't got me. I'm still here. Let me just write a message. Edward says, Andy Tate up top, class. Yes, Andy Tate. Oi, listen. Listen. If you haven't watched Arsenal Fan TV against Full-Time Devils, 11 on 11. I was going to say 90 minutes. It wasn't 90 minutes. It was 40 minutes. If you haven't watched Arsenal Fan TV versus Full-Time Devils, then you need to head over to youtube.com/Full-Time Devils right now and go and check out the game. Because you already know what happened because I'm smiling. United, Full-Time Devils, we beat them bitches. And they were bitching. How are you going to have a trial for 1,000 people with FIFA licensed coaches having practice games against Google, and you come up against a team with Andy Tate up top, a team that has never played together before, and you lose, and you bitch about it, Imagine doing that. Imagine doing that. Well, you don't have to imagine it, because you need to go over to youtube.com/Full-Time Devils and see the bitches bitching, and see Full-Time Devils winning, and of course see me, Adam McKola, crunching some guys. Go and check it out, guys. I've been Adam McKola. This has been Adam McKola TV, MUFC Transfer Talk number 39. It'll be the 40th episode tomorrow, unless United sign a player tonight. Then I'll go live tonight with MUFC Transfer Talk number 40. But as has been discussed here today on Adam McKola TV, is it possible that United end up without another summer signing? Perisic is proving difficult. Matic is proving difficult. Fabinho is proving difficult. All these guys are proving difficult. The press don't seem to have an idea of who Manchester United want. They don't have a clue anywhere. But is it possible United could end up without any more transfers this summer? I think it is possible. I want to know your opinion on that. Get your comments in below. And for now though, guys, I've been Adam McKola TV. Hopefully tomorrow, by the time I come back, we've got some positive transfer news, and this title proves to be wrong. But it could be the case. Trust me, it could be. Anyway, I've been Adam McKola. I'm out of here.